set this up. You know, you know, this has been set up. You know, and you'll hear him say that in his thing, and it's called a Freudian slip. I pick up on that very quickly. And you know, and I told people, and I explained to the media and stuff like that. I said, folks, I said, listen, I've been a police officer for almost 25 years. I would like to think, in that 25 years of law enforcement experience, street experience, that I would never knowingly walk into an ambush. And I said, folks, I said, I've arranged to attend all of the scheduled debates, the normal scheduled debates in the county, and I have. We've gone from Conneaut, we've gone to Jefferson, we've gone to Geneva. We've made these debates, and I've been at every one of them. Okay. Yes.
Have you done a lot of campaigning then, Randy?
We've done a lot of door to door. Yeah, we've done a lot of door to door.
How's that gone? Pretty good.
Very good.
Yeah.
It's gone very good. We've gone all over the county. We've hit everywhere from Windsor, you know, to Conneaut. We've gone from one corner to the other. You know, I've got a very good group of people.
How's the response been for you?
Been very good.
Really?
Fantastic. Fantastic. People aren't happy where they're at, this county with law enforcement. They're just not happy. And you know, and no negativity. I'm not saying anything negative about my opponent. It's just time for change.
Have you ever, you went through what your background was. Did you ever work for the Sheriff's Department?
Yes, 1988 I started.
Was it, okay, that's where you started. Okay. Was Billy there then?
Yes, he and I were both deputies on the road.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, he wasn't sheriff until 93 or something.
Right, 92 he was elected, 93 he took over.
Okay.
You know, you know, he wants to tell everybody about how unqualified I am for the job and things like that. You know, and I'm quick to remind him that in 1992, when he ran for sheriff, he held no other position other than being a road deputy. He had no supervisory skills. He hadn't been a sergeant. He hadn't been anything. He was just a regular street cop. You know, well, I'm running for this position, and I've been a policeman for a number of years. I've been a chief of police. I've run a police department budget. Is it as great a budget as his? No, but a budget's a budget. A police budget is a police budget. I understand his budget has different aspects, but so does my house budget. You know, but that house budget, my police department budget, the sheriff's department budget, budgeting is budgeting. Here's the money in, here's what needs to be paid. And you have to make those two numbers work.
Right.
You have to make it work.
When you see these giant ads, these full-page ads, and see, I've never run for office, so I don't know what it's
Neither
like.
have I.
I don't have a clue.
I tell people, I said, I'm a cop, not a politician.
Right. You see these ads come out, and you obviously have seen them, that the sheriff has put out. That's got to set you back a little bit. I mean, does that bother you?
No, it's a very one-sided thing. You know, and it's a good thing you brought that ad up, because this is a question that I've had a few people ask.
Yeah.
You know, in that ad, my opponent was kind enough to mention my personal bankruptcy. Okay, he mentioned that, you know, as being a financial flaw. Folks, that had nothing to do with fiscal irresponsibility. What happened was, and I told people, I said, I have no problems explaining this. I said, what happened is my first marriage ended in divorce.
Okay.
It ended in divorce. Not nice. Not nice. It happened. You know, and I told them, I said, you know, I said, you've got to understand that I went from a household of 2 full-time incomes to now a household of 1 full-time income. Okay? And at the advice of my attorney to handle the divorce, he says, Randy, this is your only option. He says you can't stay afloat. You just can't do it.
Which is quite common.
That's very common. That's very common. And I paid my attorney for this advice, so I mean, I'm going to follow it. You know, and like I told people, I said, you know, just like on the advice of an attorney, you know, my opponent settled for a $400,000 federal discrimination lawsuit at the advice of his attorney. My opponent, at the advice of his attorney, dropped his lawsuit against the county commissioners outside the courthouse doors. It never went into the courtroom. That was a cool $200,000 to the taxpayers. That was the cost for the legal fees and things. $200,000. I said, I just charged $75,000 worth of debt in my bankruptcy following my divorce. Taxpayers. And that's just 2 that we know of. How many don't we know of? And I said, that's not fiscal irresponsibility. You know.
It's a tough road to hoe when you run for office. I mentioned to one of the candidates this morning, they have you under a magnifying glass, and a lot of things come out that might not be true or might be swayed or spun that way. And I'll tell you, I give anybody credit that runs for office to take it.
Well, and Mr. Woods, I'm going to tell you, when I saw that full-page ad, you know, I'm kind of proud of that in a way. I said, a police officer for almost 25 years, and the best you've got to throw at me is a personal bankruptcy following a divorce? That's the best you've got? That's all the dirt you found on me? And that's right, that is all the dirt he found on me.
Yeah.
You know, when you talk to people that know me, like I said, I'm an honest person. I believe in doing what's right. And that's how I've lived my life, and that's how I've led my department.
Very good. I want to wish you luck, Randy. I mentioned it earlier to some of the candidates, and yesterday too. I am so refreshed to see a lot of new faces come out and run for office, show an interest in our community and our county, and I think it's very refreshing. And I want to wish you luck.
Well, I appreciate it.
So what are you going to do election night? You going to have a party or anything?
Yeah, we're going to be watching. Me and my supporters, we're all going to be watching the election results, and then I think I'm going to sleep for a few days.
You're going to get some rest, huh?
Yeah.
Randy, wish you luck.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you.
We got to take a break. We have one more candidate coming in. We'll be with her right after this.
Hi,